Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto live stream. I think all the settings are good. I think we are good to go. Not that many people in today, only 25 people right now, but it's all good. I have a little bit of a story, not something too significant, I think. We're going to talk about, obviously, what just went on in the crypto market. One very interesting thing is this change right here, but generally speaking, most cryptos have gone down right now. It is not only XRP, it is not only Bitcoin, and I am assuming that the majority of the reason, or the major reason behind it, has to do with the Bitcoin mining, has to do with this death cross that has occurred on most different places, and has to do with the immense amount of FUD that is already in the space right now. Hi guys, what is up? 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 See a lot of you guys in the chat box that I usually don't see in the live stream. So welcome back, everybody. Yeah, somebody's saying, "What is this?" It's a really interesting situation, but let's discuss it. All right, let's discuss everything. Holy smokes, huh? That was a heavy little ride. Heavy little ride right here. Even though I've been trolling a little bit over on Twitter, I must admit, I didn't actually expect it to dip this far down. And specifically for Bitcoin, the $30,000 region is like the holy grail. But look, have you guys seen my memes on Twitter? I mean, you should. If you're not following me over on Twitter just quite yet, maybe it's something you want to check out. I actually, for the first time in freaking months, am drinking coffee. I don't drink coffee, for all of you that did not know. This is the first time in months, just because I don't know. I felt like it. So I've been posting a couple of different things here. Let me actually start out, by the way, by going over the coin market cap. A lot of you guys said, Dusty, please start out by looking at the coins and giving your opinion real quick. Bitcoin, I should actually do live coin watch. I think that one is a little bit better. Bitcoin actually doing quite okay in comparison to all the rest. Bitcoin picking up back the pace. It's only altcoins that are still severely bleeding. Look at this. So over the 1 hour, everything is recovering a little bit. I think even over the 3 hours, everything is recovering. Over the 24 hours, most things are down except for Bitcoin and the stable coins out there. Why? Well, we're going to be diving into that, guys. So do not worry. We'll dive into everything. But I cannot tell you will not go lower. I will tell you, however, that I think this move here has been to shake people out. I cannot tell you if we're at the bottom just quite yet. But if you're using the strategy which I'm using, I don't think it really matters too much if we go lower. Because it's, again, to get more. But I'll get you more info in just a second. Let's quickly go over. So most cryptos are down. I don't think any crypto is actually performing properly. Wrap Bitcoin, obviously, that's the same. Only Maker, I guess, is up about 5% over the day. But generally speaking here, most coins are down in like the double-digit area. Except for maybe ADA here, -5. Uniswap, -2. Most coins are down significant amounts, though. Why? Again, today we're going to be talking about that. Let me quickly see. I only drink coffee. Water makes you rust. Okay, monkey. That's an interesting approach. Let me put it like that. That's an interesting approach. No, but talking about Bitcoin, we actually, again, broke out to the downside. Or it's actually really significant, or hard to say, I want to put here, exactly what's going on. I mean, we saw this breakout towards the downside on the 7th of June. This was due to the whole China mining ordeal. We came back into the triangle, broke out to the downside, kind of a fake out before breaking out to the top. Going on, continuing a little bit, touching the 200 EMA before kind of falling back down and just crumbling due to many people talking about regulation and all this China ordeal. Now, yesterday and the day before, I think from the 18th on forward, all of a sudden, much speculation came out about China cracking the crypto down. So most of the guys moving away from China, and we also saw the hash rates drop significantly. But one of the things which people also noted is that it's actually been the China crackdowns from the 7th on forward. The big announcement came on the 4th, 5th, something around this area right here, and the price started to move down significantly a little bit after the entire China debacle. I believe one of the most recent articles came out on the 20th and the 21st. The price goes down. It's just been a really big debate as to what exactly is taking Bitcoin down? Is it really this China stuff, or is it some other factor taking place? Because think about it. If it were to really be China, then shouldn't it go in unison, where if a really strange announcement comes out, or if China really does something, the price goes down nearly instantly, or just before it becomes public knowledge? But no, what happens now is the news gets out, and then 1.5 days later, the price goes down. That's not logical at all. So one easy conclusion to make is people are really extremely fearful right now. Second conclusion to make is manipulation, because they want to give you a certain narrative. But we'll have some more theories about that. Let's quickly look at the fear index, if I can, just to kind of see. I think it's going to be extremely low. Let's quickly ask in the chat box, guys, are you still holding crypto? Right now, the fear and greed is at 10, because this is the lowest point we've gotten to in a very long while. We've literally gone to half the market cap of all-time high, and Bitcoin touched about $28,500. By the way, if you buy these dips, if you get to buy them, look at that. We're already up 13% again on Bitcoin over the last couple of hours. If you can buy those juicy dips like that, I personally would like to, but I wasn't there. Where you guys are watching from, by the way? For me right now, it is 7:42 p.m. The reason I didn't stream earlier is because I was a little bit busy, and I was kind of crying, right? I was crying my eyes out looking at this crypto market. What do you think I was doing? No. It's also a 50-50. I mean, from a certain perspective, I feel like crying is a really good thing. From another, it's like we get to buy these dips, right? So, I mean, it's not that bad a deal. It just depends on how you see it all, man. Somebody said something about BitBoy. Let me see. BitBoy Crypto said that he got very reliable info from top players in the crypto world from America and another country that XRP will be taking over the banking system. Everyone hold. Now, we talk about XRP on this channel so ridiculously often, but one thing I want to make clear is that I don't believe in that type of stuff. If somebody says, yeah, some high up Americans told me there's going to take over, I don't buy into that. I look at what does Ripple do? What connections do they have? Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, there's a good chance they're going to take over. I don't, oh no, just because this one American told me. The source is not reliable here. So I don't take that with any certainty at all. It's like if I were to tell you right now, oh yeah, some big guys told me that XRP is going to $50,000 this year. Source? No, just trust me, bro. What's the, you gonna trust me? No, of course not. It's like, okay, but why? No. I mean, I don't have to tell you why. I heard it from some guys that are important. Just trust me on that one. Sounds stupid, right? So I'm not that type of guy to believe that, all right? So, yeah. Rumors stay rumors. By the way, I just asked already, but have you guys been checking out my Twitter? There's a couple important things, all right? So starting out from, I believe earlier, look, many people mocked me for this one. I said buying the XRP dip respectfully, keyword, 0.65, I can't let it sit. By the way, not a native English speaker. For all of you guys mocking me about my pronunciation of some of these things, I actually bought at 65 cents. Why? Because I thought, you know what, it's a good dip, and it's the one that we previously touched a little while ago. So I didn't mind. I told you in the stream yesterday, though, and I told you as well in a video afterwards, I'm not going to spend all my money. What I'm going to do is prepare for example, 59 cents to be hit. And look at how low we went. We went to about 51 cents. Not actually close to, I think my buying zone is 50.6 cents again. So actually, I don't think we hit that. I'm going to have to check the exchange, though, that I am using because I'm not exactly sure. I just put targets open and I see because I already put all the buy orders in. But my next target was 50.6 cents, and I don't think it's been hit, but that's my strategy. I've told you guys in the stream, don't go full in on one dip just like that. It's a scary thing to do, all right? It's not me. It is not me. It's not me. It's not me. It's too scary. But it's definitely been interesting. Let's just put it like that. It's been an interesting little ride here. Have you guys actually bought the dip? Now on Twitter, let's quickly check it out. One of the things I saw was the last Satoshi who replied to, I'm not sure exactly what his channel is again. His channel is also Crypto Banter. He said, this is a crash. And then this guy said, I said it was coming a week ago, but your sniper kept believing the BS narrative telling people to buy. And he pointed out this little Wyckoff accumulation phase, or at least the Wyckoff analysis. One of the guys over in Discord, I forgot your name, bro. I completely forgot your name. Was actually telling me about the Wyckoff a couple of weeks ago already. And he said, well, it looks like it, but one of the things we didn't get is like another support or resistance being hit at one point or another. So even though it looks like it a lot, it's not perfect. And that makes you wonder, if it's not perfect, is it really what we're seeing? It's hard to say, all right? It's hard to say because it's some sort of the pattern, but if it doesn't hit the exact same levels here, for example, if it doesn't get high enough, if it doesn't take out or at least touch this same resistance, is it invalidated, yes or no? I find it really difficult to say. From that perspective, I'm also not a Wyckoff analyst. I don't really use this stuff in my day-to-day life. However, he is expecting this to occur from here on forward. I retweeted it because I was like, man, let's just quickly share it in case it does work out. Then at least we saw it, right? But I'm not sure if we should actually consider him a fudder and a faker and whatever, because on his show, he's always talking about buying, at least the guy that always comes on, right? He has hashtag I'm not selling though, so it's really difficult to say. Are we happy with him? Are we sad with him? Not sure. I just personally ignore all that type of stuff. I'm like, whatever he says, I'll be holding my crypto, so who cares? This one here, let's actually see. This is again another Wyckoff. Same thing though. Tyler says, all part of the plan phase C. And you can see this is what we'll see then. Breaking support is full fear in the market. Lots of people short in the market. Then shorts getting liquidated with the bounce back up. It's a whales game. Now, even though I just told you, I'm not sure if the Wyckoff is actually something I'm going to agree with. What I do agree with is that if you break one support that people hold dearly, like for example, the $30,000 for Bitcoin region, or for XRP, the 65-cent region that we were talking about, you get people to really panic. And once people panic, more people panic. And once more people panic, and that exactly is when you get a fear and greed index of 10. Now, what does that actually mean though? Does it mean that more negativity is going to come? That depends on your view. I would say what this showcases is that people were afraid right now. There's a lot of volatility and people got scared because of the whole China situation. But what exactly is the dip based upon? For a very good part, it is based upon other people selling because of other people selling because of some anticipation. And that anticipation is the China situation with the mining. But that one we have invalidated long ago because no China situation is actually bearish for Bitcoin or for the entire crypto realm. No thing that people are selling for right now is actually a sellable thing. Like, what exactly are people selling for? Maybe it's the death cross that occurred on Bitcoin. I mean, the SMA death cross already happened. The EMA death cross here is just about to happen. I think if I put breaking in the title, this time it would be justifiable because we are literally crossing it within a couple of hours from now, most likely. At least today or tomorrow. We are really there, depending on what the price is going to do right now. It could even be that even today we already actually hit it, but now it's back up. But I'm personally thinking that there's no real good reason why people are selling right now, except for just fear. Let's also quickly look at liquidations right now. I have that open. If I could just, I'll type it in. Give me a second. All right, by BT. Let's quickly take a look at the liquidations. It's actually not that severe. It's 1.13 billion over the last 24 hours. At some points, this gets to freaking 16 billion and stuff like that. All right, 7 billion here. Here it was 10 billion. It was actually more, but this is the, within this day. If you take the entire day, though, sometimes it's actually more than that. Right now, $1 billion is actually not that bad. And right now, maybe it's because the majority of people that were shorting. Wait, let's actually take it out. These are liquidations, and the majority of them are shorts right now. The majority of people that are taken out right now are shorts, which is funny, right? Because today is a day where, at first, the first half of the day, people got taken out that were going long, right? Because the price went down crazy. The second half of the day was people that were going short getting taken out because of this huge intraday candle. For Bitcoin, the price swung today by 16.5% within a day. That's very freaking significant. Oh, see John Doe in the chat box saying, at 0.25, I'm eating ramen noodles for a month. I'd be so broke hitting the buy. Damn. Hey, by the way, guys, you don't have to, but if you forgot to press the like button, you usually always support, make sure you don't forget to press the like button. Again, you don't have to, but I'm just reminding some people that, do want to press it but forgot about it. All it does is help the video or live stream perform a little bit better. Yeah, but let's actually quickly check out my other stuff over on Twitter. It's a whales game. I also firmly think here that we saw some of the bigger players entering the space like 1.5 days ago or so. And we have more articles here open. I have so much more about just big whales buying in. And yeah, we have a lot of info, right? I have it open here. You guys can't see, but there's a ton of info on whales getting in. We have Michael Saylor. We have this gal, Kathy Wood, has invested over $1 billion into this crypto stock. Not exactly sure what this one is about just quite yet. I had to read it, but again, it's not for this video. It's for later. I just already had it open though. She bought some crypto stock. We'll check it out a little bit later. Let's quickly see though. Over on my Twitter, another thing I shared was this right here. Extreme fear in the markets right now. This is 5 hours ago. Why? Well, as I saw, there were a lot of people mocking me in the YouTube comment section. And I always notice once people start mocking, they are extremely fearful. Because most of the time, when I talk about buying dips, if the price goes up just a little bit after I was buying the dip, people are extremely supportive, extremely happy. It is only if the price goes down a little bit, like 1%, 1 cent, it doesn't matter, that people are mocking me like crazy and going really ape monkey shittle balls. I don't know exactly what to say right there in the comment section, talking about how they were right and how we are dumb for buying some crypto. And once that stuff happens, I know, ooh, okay, people are really fearful right now. But remember, this is the process, and this is what it looks like. It's not like we're just going to instantly go to the top. No. Holding crypto looks a little bit more like this. At very oftentimes, it gets really scary, really sad, really annoying. But it's all part of the process. That's what makes it a game. That's what makes it fun to me. Am I happy that we're down right now? 50-50. I'm happy that I'm able to buy another good dip. I mean, right now, I can get some XRP for 1/4 the price that I could a couple of weeks ago, so that is quite nice. Literally a couple of weeks ago, it was almost at $2. Right now, it's about 50 cents, so that's good. And also, it gives people another chance to enter. Many people in the comment section right now are speculating that this is a game of people preparing for the new financial system or the banks getting their entry and this, that. There's so many different theories to put down there. We're seeing a astronomical amount of institutional and just bank grade interest into crypto. If you're telling me, Dusty, I really firmly believe that these banks or bigger guys over in China are trying to make the price go down so they can actually get a better entry. One thing I also saw people say was that the miners or the bigger Chinese guys are trying to take the price down because right now they cannot mine. So they do not want the miners to get a lot of profit because a lot of those guys sell it instantly. They don't want to get them a lot of profit. And they want to pump up the price once they start mining again. Something like that I saw. Is there any validity to it? 50-50. I mean, it makes some sense. Otherwise, it also kind of doesn't. There's so many different parts. But I don't think it's Gary Gensler. Jamie says, Dusty, I don't think you're a fan of BitBoy. Just thought I would pass on some info, haha. Well, wait. No, I'm not a hater of BitBoy. I'm not a fan. I'm not nothing. I mean, he's just a guy. I'm a guy. I guess I can't really say too much about him. I can say, however, that I don't trust people who say, no, I got this info from some people. Inside info. Just trust me on that. I have done some talks with a lot of big crypto whales. I've told you guys about that before. Some people with a couple $100 million in crypto investor right now. And I gave you guys some conclusions as to what they said. And I told you, you can trust me on the info, but I'll never give you kind of a look of like, oh no, trust me, they're saying that people are preparing the financial system. No, I was just telling you guys exactly what those thoughts were of those guys. So a little bit of a summary there for what I did. I know a couple of people that just are doing extremely well for themselves. And some of them are 100% into crypto or just a really good part into crypto. So I decided to go on a little bit of a survey route to just ask them all a list of 20 or I don't remember exactly how many, maybe it was 40 questions. And a little bit later, I went to do a stream to give you guys all the answers that they gave me. I'm not exactly sure what stream it was anymore. It's been a long time ago. But in that video, I didn't tell you, no, there's a blah, blah, blah. I just had a full list of questions that I asked people, and I gave you the conclusions. That was it. So you can trust me or not trust me. I don't really care. It's just what these guys were telling me. It's not, however, some secret info that only some elite can know. Because it's possible that he has inside info, but we can't know for sure. So I'm always like, keep it in the back. You know what I mean? But all right. Then I said, some of you guys are laughing now, but some are understanding. If you watched my video of yesterday, you would know I said, I'll be buying the 65-cent dip, but by no means will I be spending all my money on it. I'm prepared to buy extra dips, DCA, to make sure I'm satisfied once we recover, because I do believe that we will always recover. I keep telling you guys, I do not believe that it will continue on forever. Even if it goes down lower, Who cares in the end of things? It is all part. It is all part of something bigger, in my opinion. It is all part of something bigger in the sense that right now we're given another chance to buy some. If you pick it up, okay. If you don't pick it up, completely fine. Everybody has their own opinion. I will be picking up my coins for when we go back up. And I sometimes think, well, we have the lawsuit as kind of a last resort. Then I saw this one from Plan B. It says, what a difference 3 months make. 41% now thinks Bitcoin will stay below 100K in 2021, invalidating the stock to flow model versus 16% in March when Bitcoin was at 55,000. This is just a little fun contrast. So this was a poll in March. This was a poll in June. It's also pretty funny how this goes, huh? Now, the question was, do you think Bitcoin will reach 500K and follow the stock to flow model before December 2021? A lot of people gave their opinion about the price at the end of the year, right? And look at that. The majority of the people were voting 100K plus. Now, a couple months later, June 21st, the question is asked again. And he basically asked again what the price will get to. And the majority of people say, no, Bitcoin will stay below 100K. So this is just 3 months apart, but the majority of people switched over. And again, there's like 60,000 people, 70,000 people that came into the 80,000 people even that came extra into the space. And look how it's a fun contrast. The majority of people have changed their mind. And you know what is funny as well? How people are always saying that people knew. You know what I mean with that? It's like whenever the price goes down, a lot of people are saying like, oh yeah, I knew that already. If you only listen to me. Yeah, whatever, man. But this is just funny to me how right now there's 80,000 more people that are voting and a ton of people that are following him now extra. But the prices or the expectation has really significantly changed over just 3 months. And it's fun because, of course, you would say go with the flow, go with the trend. But then again, it also is like, why have you changed your mind just because of some intermediary things? It's like, if you expect end of the year to hit a certain price, why would you change if the price goes down just a little bit or even a significant bit? If your thoughts for the end of the year were already so severe, I mean, why change? It's like, I don't know. I don't know exactly what to say, man. I'm just like, I personally always have a steady kind of mindset. If we're talking about end of the year, I'm always going to tell you guys, I don't know. So I would never vote. Even now, I will not vote about the end of the year because it's so impossible to say. The only thing you can ask is, do you think the stock to flow model will be validated? I mean, maybe. Let's see, right? I'm hoping so, because that means we're going to see at least $120,000 by the end of the year. But let us see. Let us just wait. I asked on Twitter, is this a good time to buy crypto? Look at the different results. 5 hours ago, I'm not exactly sure what XRP was at back then. Let's quickly check it out. The 1 hour chart, 5 hours ago. Let's quickly check it out. Right now, we are at, let's say, 7. So 5 hours ago, it's like 14, 15. Okay, so I asked around this area right here. When did I tweet exactly? That's just for fun measures, right? Because some people call me a dumbass every here and there. Let's just quickly look at it for exact measures. This is not my time, I think. This does not make any sense. Is this... How do I know which time zone this is in? Let me see. How can I test this real quick? Oh, okay, I can just check out when the stream was. 23 minutes ago, that's 7:30. Oh, it is my time zone. Okay, it is. Oh, wait, for real. Okay, good. Okay, good. We know now. I'm actually seeing it's almost 8 o'clock, I see. So this I asked 2:15 p.m. So let's quickly check back to the price. 2:15 p.m. is within this one right here. Let's actually go towards a 15-minute chart. Let's quickly check it out. We asked that question, what was it now, 2:15? Yeah, about 2:15 p.m. So we asked the question right around this area right here. Once we were at about 55 cents. Huh. How much lower did it go from the next couple of hours? It went down about 6% further. And how much did it recover from the dip? Let's quickly check it out as well. From the dip on XRP upwards, at maximum about... to this one, I think about 15%. Right now, most likely about 14%. Why would it somebody's asking in the chat box, is it dumb to buy right now? Why would it stop dipping from here on? And Dusty and Chad, do you think XRP will drop to 45 cents? So, again, that's always the question that people ask. Once we are going up, people ask me, should we sell? Once we're going up, people ask, should we buy? Once we're going down, people ask, should we sell? I do exactly the opposite way. It's like, guys, if you see in my opinion, right? My own opinion. If you see a good price point, which is lower than your average price, or a point where you're thinking, yeah, this is significantly lower than I could have bought at any other point, I just personally buy it. And if you go lower, I buy more. Why? Because that's the way I go about things. I don't like to sell my crypto to buy back cheaper because that's a big risk. Unless we are trading over on Bybit, for example, this is usually my strategy. This is the way I roll. And I've been doing this for years. It works like a charm. It only works, though, with cryptos that you're almost certain will go back up eventually. Right now, that this price point is territory we haven't seen in months. I personally think I'm just buying the dip. Who cares, right? If we go back down lower to 45 cents, that's a 10% loss. I'll take that gladly. I'll buy some extra, maybe a little bit. And it could even be so that we buy, for example, at 65 cents, we buy 25% worth. Once we go lower, we buy 40% worth. If we go even lower, we'll buy another, let's say, 20% worth or so. We just layer our buys. Of course, you should actually do it the proper way, proper DCA, but you guys get the picture. You can just literally, if you layer your buys properly, you'll get the bottom at one point or another, unless you've completely lost your faith in crypto. But if you have, then don't watch my channel because I haven't. I'm just personally thinking it's all systematically, or it's all temporary, depending on how you view it. But the majority of people are saying yes, it's a good opportunity to buy. Anybody who bought actually made money, so I guess it definitely was. These people were kind of wrong. This person said 11%, aka 70 people or so said no because it's a bear market. Kind of fun to see that statistic here. Somebody else said no, we'll go a bit lower. Correct in the end of things, but both of these were actually correct. The only people who were not correct completely were saying no full out. Because you could have bought a little bit lower, but in the end, it was also a good tip to buy because, and again, anybody who bought had made some money. But yeah, I think a lot of people would disagree with me here saying it's a temporary thing. I just think DCA is the best strategy. But again, it's just my own opinion. People are really severely pissed. I'm not, though. I'm just chilling here. Doing good, doing happy, doing us. I've been sharing a couple of other tweets out there, though. One was this one right here. 1 hour is $15 is 60 XRP. Well, not yet, but almost. When XRP hits 589, that's 35,000. That's exactly what I'm, working at McDonald's. That's how I look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, you know what? I'm working for $15, which is about 30 XRP or so. Once it gets to 589, that's $17,500. I'm doing it for that. All right, that's what gets me to work every day. A lot of you guys are asking me, Dusty, what's your main job? What do you do for a living? Hey, you guys already know where I work. All right, this is me right here. All right, this is how I get through my days. And again, I just put on to the moon, right? To the moon. Oh, yep. And badoong gadoong, let's go work. Hey, and another one here. You're serving your fries and stuff like that. And here, this is exactly what I'm gonna put on my resume, just for funs and giggles. I work at McDonald's. No, that's not what we like. I have a part-time job in fast food. Not what we like. I handle transactions for a multi-billion-dollar company and industry on a daily basis and help provide around $2 billion to the U.S. economy each year. That is exactly what we do, guys. So if anybody ever asks you, what is your job? What's your occupation? What do you do? It's this right here, all right? Even though we are secretly working at McDonald's because we just signed up. And we don't even know how to hold a pen. Yes, exactly. No, it's just for funs and giggles. This is exactly what I've been feeling like right now. This is us, happy, enjoying our day, buying the dip, thinking life is good, us just being happy, and I can already see it lurking in the back. Oh, look at that right there. The dip. Yes, look at that. Oh, it's awful. All right, but that's the way it usually goes. It's the way. It hurts, but it's the way. It doesn't matter in the end, my opinion, but... All right, you also will see a big difference. Whenever we do a positive live stream, you'll see 20 likes on here, and you'll see in the in the video itself, in the live stream itself, you'll see a ton more likes being pressed. But now that it's a negative video, or at least we're talking about a dip that's happening, all of a sudden people are really, how do you say that? Greedy with the likes? I'm not sure. Greedy is not the best word to use, but I don't know what other word to use. It's like people don't really want to press the like button because they're not enjoying what's happening. It's really funny to me how... Even if I were to talk about something really negative right now, people are going to hate you and bash you for it. Ran over on Twitter, a guy with 300,000 subs on YouTube right now and a ton of followers on Twitter. He has a show, right, about crypto stuff. And the first time he said something negative now, people are just bashing him for it. Well, in the end, I think most of what he's doing is either trying to get attention or trying to kind of help people out. Because he's also saying he's not selling. But you can, however, say that things are crashing or things are going bad. Most of the time, you're just telling that because people want to know or might want to know your opinion. But people are only saying, like, why are you making it worse? But Ellen Dutchy here has a good point. When did you tell us not to fall for FUD? Today or yesterday? Point being, I also am on the same boat. I don't really fall for all this little temporary stuff with people trying to make you sell. I don't know, man. I'm really not that type of guy to just sell off everything because I'm a little bit afraid. No, I'll just... Stingy is what the word I was looking for. Yeah, thank you, DJ Russ. Stingy with the likes. Oh, you guys are all saying stingy. Man, I didn't know. I don't know all those words. I'm not that type of guy to sell it all because of some fear. I'll just hold on through until the bitter end. Because you guys already know, right, my thing, right? It's like, if we hold to the bitter end, we tried. If I sell at a loss, or even sell with just a tiny bit of profit when I could have gotten more, it sometimes is smart, but most of the times, nah. It's just not my style. Might be the better option if we really look at it statistically speaking, but it's not me. I'm in crypto to win either big or win nothing. You might call that borderline, you might call it stupid. It's my way of doing things. Why do you think we put money into some crazy freaking coins that are ridiculously stupid? Some coins I bought are definitely debatable. But I do that because I'm like, well, yeah, you gotta sometimes wing it to win it big. And I don't put a lot of money into those, but I do try it. While some better economist might say, oh, that's really stupid to do with your money. We try it. Crypto's a new thing. You gotta sometimes try some crazy stuff. And I guess the biggest bet in my life is just to hold on for dear life to the bitter freaking end of things. One thing that's always keeping me soothed on and keeping me happy is like, whatever I'm losing, some other guy is losing 50 times more than, 5,000 times more than I am, 50,000 times more than I am. I don't know. That also keeps me going, keeps my spirit high. Just the thought that somebody's losing way more money and is in a way... Somebody is crying right now, right? Some people are legitimately crying right now that the Bitcoin went down. I'm still doing good. So, I don't know. That keeps me going. That keeps me going at night. I don't know, man. Z-Blogger says, want to make gains, buy the big dips. Simple. I topped up yesterday. Well, I guess you kind of have a point, right? I guess you kind of have a point where it's like, if you want to make big money in crypto, these are the moments where big money is made. Because a lot of people are going to start buying once XRP goes to this little area right here. Once we retake, oh no, not even that area. I guess let's quickly go to let's go to a 4-hour chart. People are going to start buying XP once we're at this area again. And they have already given up, for example, on the initial 200 to 170% gains, stuff like that. Because they're hesitant, they're fearful, all that type of stuff. It's always the same thing. John Doe says, pay your bills, brother. Get what you can when you can. There's always $1 million opportunity. To be honest with you, there's another kind of side to it all, which is like, you could, theoretically speaking, also just start buying in once the complete bull market, bull run continues on, has been confirmed. But I don't know, it's not my style. I just buy and we see. We buy, we see. Bitcoin has recovered today quite nicely. We're hoping that this is, again, the start of the bigger run because this is just a fear-led momentum thing. Maybe the bigger death cross here is going to spark more downside momentum. Okay, let's actually do a little bit of a poll here. Are you guys actually scared, though, that we're never going to go higher than the prices which we're at right now? If you are, explain to me why. Because I'm not. Maybe I'm very ignorant, but I just don't feel that. I don't feel afraid that we're going to go down forever. Let's go talk a little bit about some of the FUD. Electricity denied. World's 5th largest mining pool leaves China for Kazakhstan. Crypto mining pool BTC.com, which we often talk about, I mean, we literally have it open right here, has left China after local authorities withdrew its power supply. Because they're going to be cracking that down, and they moved on to Kazakhstan. So that was interesting. Here you can see, again, there's a pretty big change. Today, not that much, but the last couple of days have been significant changes. They've been going down really quite severely because, again, they had to. They had no other way. They had to. And I'm not exactly sure why Poland, by the way, is up 20%. Maybe that's, again, having to do with a move that's been going on for a little while. I'm not exactly sure about that. But a lot of these guys have just been taking some big freaking hits. Big freaking hits. Because, again, China's taking a little bit of a dump. I've told you guys before, this type of stuff should not influence the price, but it does right now, which does show me some manipulation. Bitcoin raises 2021 gains as crypto sell-off gathers pace. Why did it gather pace though? Not exactly sure. MicroStrategy bought $500 million worth of Bitcoin. That should have been enough of a stimulus. If MicroStrategy ever sells, it would be a bad thing. But I believe MicroStrategy actually just helped the stock to flow model kind of realize itself by putting up the idea that Bitcoin really is scarce. MicroStrategy as one company has 100 freaking thousand BTC. If you think about that for a little second, guys, think about it. Oh, I see Arca in the chat box saying, I'm only scared of my wife when she checks bank account. That's it. That's a pretty big problem, my guy. Better not. Hey, that's something I can't help you with, but might want to look into that, all right? Might want to think about that a little bit more properly. There might be a bigger problem than you think. Yeah, fear is right now at 10. Significant amounts of fear. Liquidations are not that severe right now. Most shorts are getting liquidated, showcasing a little bit of bullish momentum yet again. XRP. Could things hold up against incoming selling pressure? Yes and no. I mean, holding up, what exactly do you mean with holding up? Difficult question to answer. Will we go down further, if that's your question? Let's kind of summarize that by saying we'll go down as far as Bitcoin allows it to go. XRP will have no choice in the matter almost at all, like whatsoever. Unless XRP/Ripple gets some crazy announcement going in this lawsuit again, or some crazy positive hearing. But the last couple of days have been kind of quiet in terms of lawsuit news. It hasn't been too significant. So I'm going to tell you guys, well, we have a lot of things to wait for the judge to grant or deny. Those things could have a little bit of an effect, but mostly it's just a waiting game. Jason says, go check out some of the guys that know TA. And they're all expecting much more downside. Jason, I'm going to tell you one thing, and that is that I'm not exactly sure how much of a fan I am of technical analysis. I'm a fundamental type of guy, and I'm thinking, TA, it can work. It can definitely work, but it's still not a completely proven thing because it's really hard to say what exactly does work and what doesn't. TA works because we all put faith into that. Logically speaking, right? I mean, technical analysis is based upon people's rationale and what people are thinking, what people are doing. If everybody stopped doing it, it would have make no sense. These triangles, the fun part about it is you'll always be able to make a new triangle and make it work, or at least make it look valid, or in some way, shape, or form, fetch some sort of information out of it. And almost any analyst that you guys watch, and I've told you guys this 1,000 times before, the majority of them will always change with the flow because that's the only thing you can do. I think that almost no TA guy can actually tell you accurately what's going to happen because it's almost impossible to say. For example, right now, one big whale could swoop in. One guy, one little company, one individual could come in and could change the entire pace of crypto. What technical analyst could have predicted that, right? Nobody. And that's the same thing for the other way around. One big guy could, if MicroStrategy changed their mind right now, or Elon Musk changed their mind, the entire crypto market could change. And no TA in the world can make that, could predict that, but just me. Hi, Dusty. Do you think BTC rise is a true rise or a fake rise? Just asking for your opinion. Luke, it's kind of a 50-50 here, man. I'm not going to quote on that. We broke out to the downside. We got a death cross happening, a ton of fear in the markets. We got China moving. So a lot of fear, a lot of quote-unquote negative things. Nothing really significant, though, if you talk about fundamentals for Bitcoin. Like, literally nothing bad is happening. We saw some crypto regulation talk, but none of the stuff they're talking about here is actually bad. So this is just people reacting to other people that are fearful. So I'm thinking this little Bitcoin dip that we're seeing here is just manipulation, trying to make you sell, trying to liquidate some longs and trying to get the price down lower for people to make more money. Think about that, guys. People make more money with shorting than actually the price going up. People really often make way more money because it's easier to manipulate since there's more people inherently going long, and the bias for cryptos is that they should go up. Most people that short are people that do believe in crypto, funny enough. The majority, let me get that to your brain again. Most people do not short something they don't believe in. That's actually a fun little thing, but that's the truth. If you don't believe in a certain market at all, you're most likely going to stay away with it. You're not going to necessarily short it because you don't believe in that market. You don't believe in the market structure that it has. A lot of the people that are shorting Bitcoin actually believe in the longer term, but can make money by shorting for the medium term or short term. And a lot of the guys shorting it most likely also have a bigger term plan for crypto going up. My thoughts. Let's see. Bitcoin down to 15,000 and then back up to 80. Ultimately, these articles are all kind of right. I mean, as low as Bitcoin can go, nobody can exactly tell us where we're going to go. But we will come back up from there. So, at one point, we will come back up. So, I mean, if you're talking about, oh, where we're going to go down first, I mean, it doesn't really matter. If you have your DCA strategy, you'll just see wherever we end up, and we'll just be buying our way. Is it really that hard? It's not that hard. It's annoying for a little while, but I've been doing this YouTube stuff here, talking about crypto every single day since 2017. So I witnessed the entire crypto bull run in 2017, the entire crypto crash from 2018 on forward. And every day we kept making on videos, every single day. Why? Because it might be annoying, might be bad, but eventually you will come back up. Unless the entire bubble has popped or some stuff like that, but I don't believe in that. As low as we go, eventually we will come back up higher. That's my opinion. Even if crypto crashes for a little while, eventually I think it will pick itself back up. You guys are all talking about XDC in the chat box. I do hold XDC. I'm not necessarily buying this dip too severely, but I do hold it. Somebody asked, do you believe in crypto market that's been run on conspiracies? Well, define conspiracy. Do I believe that the crypto market is being manipulated by some guys with a lot of money? Well, yes, I do believe so. Do I believe that the price going down right here isn't actually based upon fundamentals, isn't necessarily based upon TA, but is mostly based upon other people following other people that are following some manipulated move? Yes. Because TA would have resulted a couple of weeks ago in the price going down. But then why was there so much optimism? Let me explain that to you guys, all right? Any analyst, pick them out for me, all right? Pick them out and tell me that throughout, let's actually check it out. I'll give you guys a good example of why I do not trust the guy you're telling me to check out. A lot of you guys are always saying, Dusty, check this guy out. He's so accurate. Get out of here. Why? Good example here, all right? I was sitting at a table with MM Crypto and DaVinci CJ19 a little while ago, a couple weeks ago already, all right? So I was sitting at the table with him and another guy, I forgot his name. I think, I'm not sure exactly, another German guy, a big crypto guy as well. We were sitting around the table. We were talking about the 21 weekly EMA for Bitcoin, right? This one right here. It was within this week that we were talking about it. So one of the things which we discussed was that if Bitcoin closed below the 21 weekly EMA, we'd go into a quote-unquote bear market. It would be bad. Why? Well, because that's historically happened, and that's again what people have decided. Is there anything significant, though, about a 21 weekly exponential moving average? Well, debatable. I mean, in reality, it says nothing about Bitcoin's fundamentals, and it actually doesn't do anything. It's just something that people attached value to. So what happened is we closed just above there. Some people might have taken this in as, no, okay, it's actually too low. It's actually too close to it. It bounced off, but it's too close, so it's bad. Some people said, no, it closed below, or it closed above, so we're good. Next week, we closed below it. From this point on forward, theoretically speaking, we should have said, okay, since we closed the weekly below the 21 weekly EMA, we are in a bear market. But the difficult part becomes, well, if we were to then sell the close or sell somewhere throughout there, where exactly would we sell? Where exactly would we buy? Because I only sell things or buy things if we get a confirming candle. We didn't actually get a confirming candle here, so I would have bought inside this week had it also been red. We didn't get that, which basically means we don't really have consecutive weeks of downtrend. We don't really have a normal, quote-unquote, normal pattern. We have something that's really unprecedented and something which is really hard to say. Because let's say that this was the confirmation of a bear market. Well, actually here, we've only this week gone lower than the initial candle which we saw that was supposed to talk about the downtrend. So within this period here, every analyst should have said, no, we broke below the 21 weekly EMA because almost anybody was agreeing with that. So we should go down from here on forward. We should keep going down because the bear market's been confirmed. If that was not the case, then people could have also said, okay, the death cross, which again, a lot of people put value into, it's going to be coming. We all knew it. And the triangle, it was invalidated, or at least we broke it to the downside. So we should be selling its bear market. Nobody did that. Why? Because there's too much hope of an uptrend and there's too many people who are still positive. These analysts over on YouTube have told you guys this tens of thousands of times. They go with the flow most of the time. On this channel, I have made a vow here to always give you guys my exact 100% honest opinion, even if people hate me for it. The last couple of days, we have been losing subscribers some of the days. Why? Because I give too honest of an opinion and people hate it. But if I think the price is going to go down or think it's going to go up, I will tell you. But most of the time, it will be based on the fundamentals of what we are seeing, not on some triangle that's in some sort of chart. Can you use this to trade with? I'm going to say yes, because I cannot deny that I've made money with trading. I cannot deny that I do believe in some way, shape, or form in technical analysis and say that you might be able to predict some stuff. Can I tell you that that's everything? That because some analysts on YouTube said that is going to be happening? No, I can't. Because the majority of those will be wrong. The majority of those are doing it for attention or because they are going to seem right. And a lot of those guys just like it, but it doesn't mean they'll always be right. And I'm not trying to kind of shit talk a lot of them because I believe a lot of those guys are really good at what they do. Don't get me wrong, guys. A lot of those are really good at what they do. Way better than I am at anything. But it's still like, it's a fun little story, all right? Most people will change their mind quite often. It's if you know, you know. If you don't, you'll just follow along. But whenever I watch it, I'm just looking at multiple different videos and thinking, okay, what did they say today? What did they say a couple of days later? And you'll notice that the majority of them say, okay, yeah, this is what most people say. Yeah, we could have another dip here, but we could also come back up. Like, okay, so for example, this is again a really good one. A key example for XRP. I'm not sure exactly what crypto to talk about, but let's say XRP. Okay, so yeah, we dipped here towards 51 cents, bigger support area because the 50 cent is a really round number, so an important one that a lot of people pick up for. A lot of guys most likely had their longs open at about 50 to 52 cents, most likely in that area, trying to pick it back up. There's, of course, room for another little dip towards the 45 cent area. It's an area of a lot of support right around here. You can also see 39 could be another interesting area to, again, place another buy at, or at least you can see it's a support we've hit multiple times. Now, from this perspective, though, we've hit a nice little dip right here. A uptrend could come out from here. Why? Because we've most likely taken out all the bears right now, so we could come back up. But again, mind you very much so, that another dip is also to be expected because it might, you know what I mean? You can always tell the story the way you want it. So, yeah, I'm just quickly putting it up here. So please, in the chat box, don't say me, oh, but this guy said this, that guy. You can always say there's going to be more downtime. You can always say, no, the prices might be going back up because in the end, anything can happen in the crypto space. If you're asking me, Dusty, where we're going to go, I am not sure. But I'll be buying my way down and I will not be selling my way up. Hypocritical? Kind of. Stupid? Maybe. But that's the way I roll with crypto. I buy at different points, different slots. That's the way I do it. That's the way I've done it for so long. And look how we ended up. I've been doing this crypto game, right? I've been doing it almost daily from 2013, doing it literally daily on YouTube since 2017. Look how we ended up. I just buy my way down for coins that I think are solid. With XRP, my risk to reward is looking juicy, so I'm going to be buying it. And I buy my way down. That does not mean it's going to work out within a couple of days from here, but hey. Harry Styles says, just using some Elliott wave theory, $27 max for me at the end of the year. Let us see, man. If you're right, I mean, you're right. And Vince, not everybody is guessing necessarily. Everybody has their own way of seeing things. It's not necessarily saying they're guessing because they might have a really good theory backing something up, but that doesn't mean they'll be right, though. And that doesn't mean that they have actually accurately described the scenario to you. You know what I mean? It's like you can always say two sides of the story and look right. Doesn't mean you were actually right. And Taylor says TA YouTubers are all hype. Not completely true. A lot of these guys actually don't make money off of it. They're just doing what they like to do and informing you about the charts, right? It's a 50-50 game. Some people make a lot of money off telling you exactly what they think. Some people tell you a story to make them money. It really depends. But not all guys are bad. Not all guys are hype. I see that said often. That's not completely true either. You're saying I posted Crypto and Call from the Moon video covers with them with an eggplant in their mouths on their Twitter. Now they stopped making the faces. I had a little discussion about those faces. Because to be honest, the faces, I think they do work, right? If you put a face like that, I do think it gets more attention. It's not a bad thing, right? You can put whatever thumbnail you want. Why is that bad? Okay, one guy is cursing at me. I'm not sure exactly what he's saying. But no, again, make sure you understand. Hey, was just watching one of your videos. Better to watch live now and video later. Well, cool to have you stopping by. We went on a little bit of a rant, though, about TA. I've been doing this a couple of times now because I just think people incorrectly say stuff in the chat box sometimes. They say, no, Dusty, you should really check this video out or that video out. And I often tell them, no, I won't. I don't think that's solid. That's not the best thing for me. How many guys have said, no, there could be one more dip coming? Most people say that. How many said upside or we keep holding? If those guys really were good, they would tell you, okay, we sell all the crypto now and we wait for a bigger dip. But nobody dares to do that because that would be too scary. As a technical analyst, if you're really that certain about your thing, say, okay, tell them, I've sold all my crypto, now we're going to buy back lower. But nobody's certain enough to do that. Even I am never certain enough to do that type of stuff. I'm gonna ban this guy in the chat, man. I'm not exactly sure what he's saying, but I think it's very, I'm not sure what language that is, the Theolopicos, but I'm gonna get him out of the chat box with his negativity. Let me hide him. There we go. Not sure exactly what he was talking about, but all right. Hey, let's quickly see, by the way, where you guys are watching this video from right now, or the live stream, I should say. Matthew says, I only have $200 in my account right now and get paid tomorrow. I'm going crazy. I want to buy right now. That's the difficult thing about crypto very often too, man. However, make sure you understand that crypto is a money managing game. It's not like you should, look, to me, okay, let's actually give a little bit of a scenario here. Let's say I had $1,000, right? When I tell you guys I'm buying the dip at 65 cents, I'm not just buying all my $1,000 worth and then boom, I'm just done for it and I'm going to wait. Right? I will always, literally always have USDT left. Always. Regardless of what dip I buy, I will always have more to buy another dip. Or I will make sure I have some, or at least have access to some. I have never run out of fiat before in my life, and I will never do that because it's a stupid thing to do. Also, guys, I've told you guys before, you really may sell at some certain tops to make sure you're comfortable holding for longer times. It is, in my opinion, always a smart idea to find a good balance for yourself between holding crypto and holding fiat. Fiat might not give you the best return, and many people have laughed at me before for having like a very good amount of fiat. Even in Patreon, I think a lot of people laughed at me. But it's the way I go about things. It's like, I personally think if you go down to the ground with crypto for a little while, you know it's going to come back up, but it might be annoying. And if you at least have that fiat buffer, it might be a lot more bearable. Scott says, just bathing my daughter, bought a bit today, averages $1, wish I had more spare cash. Once more, guys, be a little bit careful with that by putting in all your spare cash. It's not my type of style, right? I always keep a lot on the side. Do you hold in USDT or USD? So I'm actually not from the US, so I don't hold any USD. But I do have USDT and just euros to buy more dips. By the way, we also had this article right here. Alipay and Chinese central bank from formed the anti-Bitcoin alliance. Interesting. Uncertain exactly what it meant. Is that a bad thing? Is that a good thing? Not sure. I mean, China is going further and further in their mission. This is not what we want to talk about. I thought it was a survey about crypto, but no. Let's quickly see here. It's just Chinese stuff. The People's Bank of China has ordered 4 state-owned banks and the leading Ant Group-backed mobile payment app Alipay to cut off all transactions linked to Bitcoin and other crypto as Beijing continues its crackdown. The Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, Agricultural Bank of China, China Construction Bank, and Postal Savings Bank of China were among the financial companies that attended a regulatory discussion organized by China's central bank on Monday. Other participants included the Fujian-based Industrial Bank and Alipay, a subsidiary of the fintech giant Ant Group. Together with WeChat Pay, owned by Tencent, Alipay accounts to over 90% of China's mobile payments market, and they have now formed a anti-Bitcoin type of alliance. Interesting. That might have also added towards the down pressure. But I guess, like Mike says, everything is on sale because of it, so can we be sad about it? I mean, we can. asks, is the XP lawsuit over yet, Dusty? No, it isn't. There's just been less news over the last couple of days, because the judge has to put up a couple of decisions now. John Doe also says, never use a loan. It messes with your emotions and leads to poor decision making, trust me. Yep, it definitely does. It definitely does. It definitely does. Loaning money to buy crypto is always a scary thing. It's, I can really, I can't give the thumbs up on that one. Kirvin says, yeah, man, I'll keep holding. Where are you from, Dusty? I think you should know by now, right? I think you should know. I think you should know by now. Don't sweat it, guys. It's just money. I mean, that's a 50-50 as well, Tech. To be honest, it's just money is the right approach, but, money can help and can hurt, so. Expect a bloodbath. Look at this article title. Bitcoin drops below 30K for the first time since January. A lot of FUD, right? And these types of articles, these types of mindsets are what's going to get the price down further, even though, again, it might not really be justifiable. It's just other people react to other people. It really is that fun. What do you have? China cracks down on crypto mining because causing the BTC price to go down. Why though? Why, if China cracks down on crypto mining, would it cause the Bitcoin price to go down? I've explained this in the videos yesterday. There's no logical explanation for all of this. There really isn't any. At least I couldn't find any logical explanation. And then CNBC Jim Cramer reveals why he has sold all his Bitcoin. CNBC Jim Cramer has revealed that he has sold all of his Bitcoin 2 months after taking off half of his position to pay off his mortgage. He cited China Bitcoin mining crackdown and the US regulation uncertainties for his decision. And this, to be honest with you, is a normal thing to do. I mean, some people would rather have the certainty of having fiat money rather than this risk and potential to make a lot of money. Like, a lot of us here are just in it to make a boatload of freaking bank, right? But a lot of other guys are just in it for some quick little cash. And he says, I sold almost most of my Bitcoin, don't need it. I mean, to be honest with you, if you're a risk-averse type of person like Warren Buffett with some of the investments, yeah. You know, if you're a bank type of investor, yeah. I mean, it's not that strange, right? It's not really that odd. Somebody asked, who's this fake Dusty putting him phone number? Those are scammers. Those are people who make an account with the same name and a logo that like mine, and they try to take your money, right? They are scammers. They're not me, obviously, but I still have to put it up every here and there because some people don't know. If you ever see somebody saying that, please put it in the comment section like, oh, this is a fake Dusty, just to warn others so they don't get scammed. You might think it's so obvious. Some people really don't. So please, guys, be careful. It is not me. Don't text a number like that. Okay. Geometric Art says, the difficulty goes wide down when there are less miners. What that means, I don't know. It's pretty easy. So the difficulty is there to adjust with the hashes, basically, to give a little bit of I guess, a proper system going. Let's say the difficulty never changed. Then it basically is the more hashes there are. So basically the more mining power there is, the quicker everything will kind of mess itself up because everything would go too quickly, so to speak. The difficulty adjusts to make sure that these people get a relative reward that's, relative to the rest of the people. However, the entire process always takes roughly the same amount of time. Hopefully I explained that in a proper way. I'm not exactly sure if I did, but that's kind of what it comes down to. And so if the difficulty goes down, it literally should go down because there's less people participating to kind of keep the speed and the same pace. Let's say right now, okay, let's actually give a little bit of a real scenario. Let's say there are 100 people with, let's do it for ease, 100 hashes each. If all those guys were to go to 120 hashes each, then all of a sudden there would be so many extra hashes that the entire network would work so much quicker. To adjust for that, there is a difficulty. So the difficulty then goes up to make it so the actual computation that's being done, or at least the process of the network, actually goes at the same pace. Now, if some people leave, and instead of 100 people, there's all of a sudden 50 people or 80 people, well, the difficulty can go down because the entire hashes that's of the network, they've gone down significantly too, which means to keep the same speed or the same kind of consistency for the network, the difficulty can go down because less people or at least less hashes are being created. Right? That's the easiest fashion I can make it. Hopefully you now understand it. So if it's going down the difficulty, that doesn't mean anything. Even if there's participants going away, if the hash rate goes down or if anything changes, it's not that significant. It's not that big a deal. It's just the other way around though. Because if the price goes down, people stop mining because it might not be worth it or it might just, they might want to buy something else, mine something else. However, if the miners go away, it's not like the price should react to it because that's just stupid. Simon says, if the miners in China have to stop, the cost to move is high and they sell their earnings, which is Bitcoin. That's yes and no. To be honest with you, that's a logical approach to see it, but you can actually see what the miners are doing. And as of this point, people have also noticed now that the majority of the miners actually haven't sold their Bitcoin. Because I had the same thought, but you can see most of the big guys' wallets and they're not really selling too much. At least relatively, they're not really doing that. So yeah, it's also a 50-50. Harry Styles says, Well, come on, folks. What Michael Saylor said, remember. I'm not exactly sure what he actually said. I'm going to quickly check it out here. Michael Saylor. Let me quickly see what he put on Twitter. I'm going to quickly check it out. Michael Saylor. What did he say? He said inflation. Yeah, that's a funny one. We always talk about inflation right here. The truth is the daughter of time by Aulus Gellius on Bitcoin. And in the last 12 months, Bitcoin has arrived on Wall Street. That is the news. The rest is noise. He has a point on this one, by the way, too. Like I've been explaining to you guys, I personally think that the actual news that's been going around is actually significantly positive. It's mostly been people's thought process and the cloudy noise of the China regulation and the China mining that's keeping the price down. If you really look at the fundamentals, the amount of institutions entering the space is so significant. But all right. Gutsba says, you don't get if you think XRP will lose. They are replacing Swift. If you ever lost a WT or a business deal because of Swift, you don't get it. Not exactly sure what to mean with that. Mitch says, it's going to flatten out and all moon in a few weeks. Let us see, Mitch. Let us see. We shall wait. At least I will buy accordingly, and we shall see in the near future. Any scenario that happens is good for me. If we go and recover like crazy, okay, we've made money from this dip. If we go down significantly lower, okay, I can buy myself some extra crypto. Because one thing I should tell you guys is I hated XRP to be so at the top. Why? Because I know crypto is going to the moon. And every time, even I have it too. I've been in crypto for so many years now. And even I at the top, I'm thinking, oh, I wish I bought more. And whenever it goes down, I'm like, should I really be buying more right now? But even in 2020, when I sometimes look back, I'm like, I could have bought so many millions of VeChain for like $10,000. I could have bought a couple of million VeChain. And that would have literally made people like freaking multimillionaires off of a couple $1,000s in a year or in a half a year. But whenever it's at those low prices, you get hesitant. Everybody has that. But then once we go back up, it's like, oh, no. It's part of the process. You know, whenever there was a dip, I should have just bought. It's hard for the mind, but it's, in my opinion, the better decision. Again, this is not for everybody. It's still a risk. Crypto will always stay a risk, but it's the thing that I go about. I buy the dip, and I'm happy to do so, but I, of course, also know that I can lose all my money. I know it, but I fail to believe in it. I fail to believe that that's actually going to happen, though. But I do know and I do understand. So that's an important distinction to make here. I do know that everything can turn bad as quickly as it turned good. But Ripple effect coming in with the $2 saying this isn't the bottom. Maybe yet? You talked about 10 cents yesterday, did you? Ripple effect. Let's see, right? Let's see. Let us wait. In the end, we cannot do anything else except for wait. So you're waiting for 10 cents, huh? Well, it would be pretty juicy if it does get there. Look how many XPs it could buy then, huh? Everyone done with the meme coins now? Yep, I believe so. I believe meme coins are not a number one priority anymore now that Dogecoin went down so significantly. Jazzy says, just pack your bags and be patient. That's kind of our approach, to be honest with you. Just hold on for dear life and just wait for it all to flow on over. At least that's my approach to it all. We know there's a ton of FUD, but the FUD is misplaced. We know XRP can go down as low as Bitcoin goes, in the sense that if Bitcoin goes down lower, XRP will follow along. But we do also know that it's all a temporary thing. There's no real significant negative news just quite yet. So from that perspective, no, I'm just happy to see it all. And it's a crash based upon fear. It's other people's fear that's making people fear. Funny, strange, but it's the way it goes. I've been struggling, by the way. I have a couple of Gutsbuzz coming at the $5. Thank you very much for your. You didn't put a message in though, G. And I tried your previous question, but I didn't fully understand it. So the previous one was, WT is wire transfer. Okay. So you're saying, let's quickly check it again. GT, where is it now? So you don't get it. You don't get if you think XRP will lose. Oh, you don't get if I think you try to you put those things the wrong way, XC. You don't get it if you think XRP will lose. They're replacing Swift. If you've ever lost a wire transfer or a business deal because of Swift, you don't get it. Okay, that's what you meant. Okay. I mean, to be honest, yeah, Swift is a really at least sturdy system. It's been outdated. It works okay, but it's just really outdated or antiquated in comparison to all the technology that we have right now. And I must admit, Ripple has a lot of potential to at least overtake a good percentage of the entire system. I mean, it does. Will it overtake 100%? We're not sure about that. Obviously, we cannot speculate. Even if it were to take only 1%, that's a really significant dent in this world. Don't get it wrong. All right? Every small percent that they take is significant. Very significant at that. By the way, guys, please don't put the amount of XP you have in the chat box. It's a scary thing to do. Some people might come after you for it. Maybe not now, maybe in a couple of months, but they sometimes are watching and lurking. All right? Stay safe with all that stuff. You have lost many deals because of wire transfers? Huh. I actually never had a problem with wire transfers. It only just sometimes takes a very long time. But that's it. It might just be, and sometimes they ask for extra verification, but that's mostly just your bank. I mean, I've never had a real problem with it though. But that's, I guess, lucky for me, huh? Maybe a lot of people have. I'm not that big a transfer guy anyway. So the conclusion of our today's live stream actually is, I'm not really falling for this fear. If we were to follow TA, things are looking bad. If we were to follow fundamentals, things are looking really good. That's the conclusion. Fundamentals, good. FUD, very high. TA, very bad. That's the conclusion. Robert Kiyosaki said BTC will hit 24K. What is a guy basing it on, though? How can you come to a $24,000 conclusion? What is it based upon? I have no clue where these guys get their numbers from. Right now, all we did was retest this January support for Bitcoin. You seeing it? This is the level that we touched right now yet again. This little level here. Oh, I just put in 2 lines, but I deleted them by accident. There we go. You can see the level that we hit back in January right here for Bitcoin. We're retesting that. Will we go lower? Well, the most interesting point to go to then is actually quite significantly lower. Maybe all-time high previous time around. Because why 24,000? What is significant around that area? Not sure why anybody would choose that. I would say the next big point to hit is all-time high. Because this is the most significant dip we could have gotten. The next one is, again, as I just said, all-time high of 2017. This area right here. Again, just my thoughts. Maybe the 0.382 fib, but that's also 27,000, so not sure why he put that in. Maybe it's an extension level of this Fibonacci. But all those Fibonacci things, they're all, again, people putting value into them. It's not that significant. Guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now if you haven't done so already. I think it's worth it. I think we provide good content. And I'm trying to give you guys all the info that I find as soon as humanly possible. As soon as I find it, I share it with you. All right? And I'm almost always the first to give you guys info. So, again, it's worth it to subscribe, I think. We're getting really close to 125,000. We would have been there like a couple of weeks ago had I not gone full controversial mode, which is to talk about things which people don't like to talk about. Like, for example, dips and crashes and things like that. People hate me for it, but it's the way that I go about these things. I try to provide you news and give you guys a complete honest view, and that's what I'm going to keep doing forever and ever and ever. If you don't like it, I'm so sorry, but I'll always stay honest and truthful with what I think is going to happen. And at this point, it worked out flawlessly, even though we are down. Even though we are down on our money, at least we're honest about it, right? I guess that's the way it goes. I cannot tell you guys that I'm not scared at all. I mean, seeing your money go down this far is always a little bit of a scary thing, but I can always tell you guys that I am excited about the future because I do believe 100% certainly still that crypto will come back up. Short term, so tomorrow, 3 days, I'm not sure what it will be, but I have my strategy in here for buying more, and that's exactly what we're going to do. As I just said, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I think it is worth it. And this is it for the stream. I'll see you guys again a little bit later today because there's a couple of videos coming up. All right? A couple of videos coming up. I have a lot of stuff to talk about still. I think I have, like, yeah, look at this. I have a lot of stuff to talk about here. Holy smokes. All right? This is all I've already set down and prepared a little bit. I just have to kind of get my story straight. But I'm going to get straight into recording, and then I'll get these videos for you out as soon as I can. All right? Because you guys sometimes say, oh, you don't sleep. You know how much time it takes for me to actually put these videos together and actually make it so it's a good little story at least? I don't script it, but at least I still want to have a little bit of, a good narrative or some good back knowledge and stuff. Whatever. All right. Thank you all. See you guys again a little bit later today. And take care, everybody.